Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Dr. Tamara. Yes, I'm coming at you with something a little bit different today. I have to admit, y'all, I'm in my feelings right now. I'm in my feelings because over the past few days, right, I've been coming across a lot of websites, a lot of people, a lot of, I guess, internet sites, like I just said, and people are calling themselves a sex therapist, a sex coach, a sex this, a sex that, and trust, I ain't hating. I'm not, because I'm not that type of a person. But what concerns me most, right, is that all of these folks, they're focusing on sexual pleasure. And I do myself too, yes, because that is an important component, to sexuality. But I'm here to tell you, if you don't know nothing else about me, you should know that my message is, sex is so much bigger than intercourse. It's about your life. And the message that I bring is life-saving, right? Because I need for you to understand that sex is more than just intercourse. It's beyond a physical act, right? And what you do when it comes to sex can either kill you. I mean, it can literally kill you if you're making the wrong decisions. And I'm not talking about sexually transmitted infections and HIV. We get that. But it's so much more than that. Sex is emotional, it's social, it's spiritual, it's economical or financial, it's legal, it's all of these things. And I think those are the things that we're missing. Right? We need to start having conversations about those aspects of sexuality. Yeah, that 5 or 10 minutes of sex, that orgasm, it's great. But is it worth your life? Because when you get up, or when you stand up from being bent over because he giving it to you or she giving it to you, what now? We need to start thinking beyond that orgasm, right? We need to think how sexuality impacts us on a day-to-day basis. Right, because it does. Do you realize that every time you have unprotected sex with someone who's HIV status or STI status, sexually transmitted infection status, that you do not know, you are essentially saying to them, I love you enough to let you kill me. Is your life not worth more than that? Is your life not worth more than that? Orgasm? I mean, I think it is, and you need to start thinking it is. And we need to start looking at how HIV and sexually transmitted infections impact our community, right? Because although the individual is infected, right, the community is affected. And we need to start looking at that because folks are dying, y'all. HIV, some forms of sexually transmitted infections, they're deadly. Right? And we need to look at that. And of course, because I'm a woman of color, I have to speak to my women and my men of color. We are disproportionately impacted when it comes to HIV and sexually transmitted infections. We need to start talking about this. Everybody, no matter your ethnicity, your race, your social, economic status, we need to start having conversations about sexuality because those are some of the things that impact us indirectly. Right, they infect us, get us infected with sexually transmitted infections and HIV indirectly. We need to stop sweeping this stuff under the rug and having these conversations and quit stigmatizing HIV and sexually transmitted infections. We are the most over-sexualized and undereducated society when it comes to sexuality because we don't talk about it. Because you know what? Sex is one of those things, right, that everybody thinks that they're great at. And you don't need any information or education because I know what to do. But see, you're only speaking in the realms of pleasure. Let's think beyond that. Sex is deeper than that. So that's what I need you to start thinking about. Sex is much more than intercourse. It's your life. It can kill you if you make the wrong decision. And again, I'm not just speaking about the physicality of sex. We all get that, right? I'm talking again about the emotional, the social, the legal, economical, financial consequences of sex, the emotional consequences of sex. And I need for you to follow me and see what I'm talking about because I'm going to keep coming at you, hitting you hard with videos, PSAs, public service announcements that's going to save your life. We need to have conversations about it. I'm talking about it. You need to be listening. You need to be engaged and asking me questions. Yes, pleasure is great. But y'all, we need to start thinking bigger when it comes to sexuality. Life by Dr. TaMara, it's not about sex. It's about a lifestyle. I'm trying to give you the tools that you need to live inspired and feel empowered because sex is an energy. Every time you have sex with somebody, you are giving a piece of yourself away that you can't get back, and you're taking a piece of someone in that you cannot give back. We need to start talking, y'all. We need to think bigger than pleasure, y'all. We need to look at our life when it comes to sexuality and how it impacts us. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Sex is so much more than intercourse. It is about your life. Are you ready to save your life? I am. Life by Dr. TaMara. That's it. That's all I got to say.